Will, and I'm doing the project for History Alive, and we were supposed to create a video answering all of the questions. The first question was, why was the blue team smaller? Why was the blue team smaller and have fewer people? Because the blue team was represented as the colonies, and the colonies had a smaller army, and while England had the biggest army and the most feared army. And the colonies didn't have very strong or trained soldiers, and some of them were just slaves who were fighting in the war. And the next question is, why was the red team bigger with more people? Because the red team was represented as Great Britain, and they had the biggest army in the world, like the most feared army. And they had better training, and they were way more experienced. Why was the red team bigger with more people? The red team. Okay, sorry, I just did that one. Why did the white team come into the tug of war late? Because the white team was represented as Spain and the other towns that joined in late in the war. And Spain wanted the Americans to have freedom, and the British, they wanted them to have freedom, so they were on their side and helped them fight the war. Why was the blue team offered a prize if they won, but not the red team? Why was the blue team offered a prize if they won, but not the red team? Because the blue team had a motivation to win, like in this case, the prize, but in real life, it was the freedom. It was motivated, and in this, they were motivated to get the reward. So they had a bigger motivation to win, while England motivation was just to win, it wasn't really for a cause. And why was one person pulled aside and told they wouldn't receive a prize? Because that person was represented as the slaves who fought in the war, and just fought in the war, and then after the war just were slaves again. Why was the white team told, and the slaves also? The prize in real life was getting freedom, and they didn't get the prize of freedom, so. Why was the white team told to cheer for the blue team? Because the white team was Spain and the British and Spain and France. And they were on their side, and they helped the colonies win the war, and they joined in on their sides during the war and helped them out. They were on their side. Why did the half of the red team have to start so far away? They had to start so far away because some of the soldiers weren't in the war yet. They were still being trained or weren't fighting yet, and those were some of the soldiers that were sent in later in the war. Why did the red team have to pull the rope so far while the blue team only had to prevent the red team from doing so? Because the blue team, also known as the colonies, were fighting a defensive war, as in only they just had to prevent them from doing what they wanted to do in order to win the war. And in my opinion, was this a good way to learn about the big ideas in the Revolutionary War? Yes, because it was a fun way to think in your head examples of sort of metaphors, how the white team came in later and how the red team had to get to a certain point while the blue team just had to basically play defense. It was a really good way to share examples in a activity. I think it was really good.